Hi, welcome to Miss Annette's little farm in the big city. How are you? We are so happy that the sun is out today. We have had rain. I know a lot of you have too. It's been so rainy, and you see that? It's cold this morning, but that's fine. We've got some work to do. This area is what I call my tea garden. And not because I'm growing tea in this tea garden, but because, see that little table over there? That's where I like to have my tea or a glass of wine or just a cup of coffee. But I like to sit there. And so I call this my tea garden because it's kind of an area in the garden that's a little bit off of everything else. Now this area of the garden is on the south side of the property. And being on the south side of the property, it gets a lot of sun. So I can plant a lot of flowers in this area. Now last year, I planted a lot of perennials and they're all starting to come up and it's really exciting to see that. But we have a few things to do here in this garden to get it ready for summer. Now I have a little fountain over here. I got a new pot that I need to plant, and I have a new doorknob. Now that job is going to take a little bit. I've been looking at that door for a few days, trying to figure out how this is all going to work, and I thought that would be something we do, but we have to get all these other things done too. So this may be a two-part video. We'll see how much we can get done today. All right, so let's get started by taking a look at our tea garden here. We have a lot of daffodils that we planted last fall, and I really think I'm going to even plant even more next year. Now, if you look on either side of this pot, I have some peonies coming up, and behind those I have some irises. And then on either side of the peonies, I have some daylilies that have been pruned back heartily by my goaty goats. Okay, then I have some phlox coming up right here and right here. And then, let's see, what else do I have? I can't remember what this is. Now, I bought these little signs last year so I would remember. And look, blank. They did not. So these are no good. And I used oil-based permanent marker on them. So I'm going to be using something different to mark my plants this year. All right. Now, last year I planted some balloon plants right in here. And I don't know if they will come back or not, but I'm hoping that they do. But so far, I don't see any sign of them. Of course, it's still very early. And then I have a lot of alyssum coming up. And I usually have a lot of alyssum. And then there's some creeping jenny. And then I have a coneflower coming up here. And then around this little circle, it matches. So it goes coneflower, and then, what is this? I'm trying to think of what this is, but I can't remember right now, but I'll tell you later. And then I have some other plants, and it kind of just matches. So this whole little half circle is the same plantings. Now, I did notice that my coneflower that I planted here did not come up, so I am going to have to get another coneflower or split one of the bigger ones. So this is the other side of the garden, and I have a butterfly bush right in the center where I have my little pond, and then I have some phlox growing here, and then I have daylilies and irises growing here. And I just don't have a big variety in here, do I? We'll have to remedy that this year. All right, so that's what we have going on in the garden here. We have some sedge and some lemon balm and then more lemon balm, and then this door. And this doorway is where we're going to put our green glass doorknob. Now, this doorway was built by Mr. Steve. He bought this door and had it shipped on a bus to our house. It is an antique door. It's beautiful, and it has a lot of locks on it. We took several of them off, and we will be probably removing this part right here to put in our doorknob. So we'll be doing that, and I'm thinking that we need to take the door down and readjust it so that it can open and close more easily, because it would make it very convenient for me to be able to do that, to turn on the hose. There's a hose spigot on the other side of this door that leads to our front yard. Ooh, what a mess. Our front yard, and that looks like it could use a little help too. We'll have to do that soon. Anyway, so that is what we have. Then against the fence, we have my climbing hydrangea. We used to have two, and one died. Got really ill. And this one I cut back. I pruned it back heavily because it was getting a little ill too. I have to be careful because the goats do like to chew on this. So I will be careful while those little naughty girls are out here. And there's my umbrella. I had to put it down because of the windstorms, so I can prop it back up today. Now, plans. The plans. Get this back in there and get it started. So I need to get the water pump. I want to plant something here that vines up. And in here, I think we just need to do a little cleaning up. And I need to plant this planter. And I am going to plant some evergreen tree and some plants around it to make it nice and full and overflowing. And I need to get some tomato stakes for my peonies. And then, of course, the door. The door is going to be the big job. So that's what we got going on today, you guys. Grab your coffee and let's get started. I need to start out by removing all the rocks and the bricks out of here and then dumping the water. Now that I've dumped the water and I got the bricks and the rocks out, it's very sludgy in here. So I need to get the hose and clean all this out. Okay. That is pretty stinky. But we'll wait for it to, the water to go down here in the pond. See? We'll wait for that to go down before we replace the liner. And let things dry out a little bit. In the meantime, while we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and plant the planter over here. A few weeks ago, I picked up 3 planters from Facebook Marketplace, and I got a really good deal for them. I paid $25 a piece for these, which if you ever go to the garden center, you're not going to find any for $25 a piece. They're nice, they're concrete, they're not brand spanking new, which I like that. But I had gotten this one. The other 2 I put in the shade garden. And this one I decided to look really pretty here in this garden, the tea garden. So now I have to decide what I want to plant in it. We'll see this little evergreen here. It's very nice and tall. I got that evergreen at Christmas time, and I had a little display on the front porch of 3 different evergreens. And now I have these evergreens, and now I'm going to decide which one I want to put in that pot. I think now I have a choice between this little tall thin one and this round one. So I am not sure whether I should put this round one in there. So we'll put some alyssum around it, or this small little one. I kind of think the little one. I think the little one. I have to find another spot. I think this one. I like this one because it's tall and it'll be above the other plants. It was a little root bound, so I wanted to loosen up the roots a little bit with my little knife. Nobody invited you. Oh, that's it. The water's down, so I'm going to go ahead and put the liner back in the hole. Now, I better take this inside and make sure it works first. This old concrete lawn roller was in our backyard for many, many years until I think it was last year I decided to turn it into a fountain. And that's what this big heavy thing is, a lawn roller. I can't believe I got it connected on the first time. So that's really exciting for me. So that's good. We got the garden looking much better. And we'll get to the door next time. I got to get ready for garden club, so I got to clean this mess up and then clean myself up. Those of you who don't know, I volunteer during the summer warm months at a school garden, and I'll put a link up there for you guys to see, or in the description. I'll put a link in the description about the school garden so that you can get caught up on what we're doing there. Okay, so thank you so much for stopping by and visiting me here today on Miss Annette's little farm in the big city. Thank you so much. Try to get outside today if you can. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Love you. Oh, Brownie, you investigating?